Hi, my name's Seb and I'm honestly just your normal Australian kid, but in today's life I live what most kids would dream of, making over $100,000 in pure profit every single month of my life. I live in a high-rise multi-million-dollar apartment and I drive a McLaren and a BMW M4, all at the age of 20 years old. Now a lot of you guys want to know my story, so this is going to be that video explaining where I came from, how I went from zero to making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and how my journey all started. So chapter 1, the start of my online journey. I started off in Mandurah. I lived in Mandurah for most of my life. Now you guys need to understand that Mandurah is not the best, richest, nicest place. I never got handouts, I never got anything given to me. My parents make the average salary, Australian salary. My dad works at BHP, my mom works in healthcare. Not that much money, like we have money, but it's not like we're rich. We're just a middle class average family. Now, during this time, when I was 15 to 17 years old, I was working at KFC every day. I was making honest money, and honestly, I was just, vibing. I was still going to parties, still, just living the average Australian teenage life, I guess. Fast forward to year 10, this is one of the most eventful and kind of just craziest years of my life. So just as I was starting getting into the online space and online money, I literally got in a fight at school. And now this fight at school in year 10 was one of my most pivotal points in my life to this day. And the reason for that is because that fight resulted in me getting actually expelled or kicked out of the school because of one fight. Now I was in a private school which is very strict and they did not tolerate that at all. So again, this kid would pick on me, he would bully me, I guess. I don't know what his problem was. And every day of my life I was just like, what the hell, what is this kid's deal? And then one day I had enough, so I just went up to him and then you know what happened, we got in a fight. So yeah, basically after that we just tore apart separate ways. My mom found out about the fight and she honestly went skits, and she went even more skits that I got kicked out of the school because she was like, what the hell, why would you do that? Like, I did not raise you to be like this. My parents are very strict parents. Spanish parents, they're very strict parents. They're not really anything to, beat the bush around. They will tell you how it is straight and they won't, sugarcoat it. So yeah, my parents were super disappointed in me. I think I remember not talking to my mom for like a good few days, and then after that she would talk to me and then she would start crying, stuff like that. I went to TAFE after this, and then when I went to TAFE I realized, holy shit, like people in my school were a lot more smarter than people in TAFE. And now people in TAFE that I'm hanging around with, because I was getting decent grades in school, so people that I was with in TAFE, they were doing even worse stuff. They were doing drugs, smoking cones, like doing the worst stuff you could think of every single day. They did not give a fuck about the actual TAFE course that they were in. They just did it because they wanted to do something, I guess, or their parents forced them to. I also went to Leaderville TAFE, which is one of the worst TAFEs in my opinion. Like you can literally see a photo, it looks like a prison cell when you walk in. But yeah, they did not give a shit about their lives, and I was like, I'm in the worst position possible right now. What do I do? That was probably one of the worst years of my life. Fast forward, I realized I did not want to be in this situation. I did not want to live like this. There was no way I was going to live like this. I got a huge wake-up call. So that's when I started my online journey. Now, I went through every single business model you could possibly think of. Amazon FBA, shoe reselling, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, copywriting, website building, anything you could think of, I did. I used to do Instagram theme pages. I used to do absolutely everything. I tried everything, okay? Nothing worked. I would just keep failing every single business model that I tried. Yeah, I'd make maybe a couple $1,000s there. One time when I did do NFTs as well, I was doing NFTs where you could like buy, little projects for like really low mint price and then sell it for a higher sell price as soon as the mint happens, if you know what NFTs are. I made maybe a couple grand doing that, and I actually bought my first car, which was a Ford Falcon XR8. But again, nothing crazy, nothing insane. The business failed until I found one business, and this is going to be chapter 2, called How I Discovered Sports Betting. I'm going to be quite frankly honest with you guys. No single business model in this world is going to get you rich overnight. It's just impossible. If anyone tries to sell you a course on that, it is not true. But what I will say is that sports betting was one of my favorite business modules ever to try out. And I'll say this because I saw people in America doing it, and I saw people in Australia doing it, but then I never knew, like, is this real? How do you actually make money with sports betting? This is just gambling. Like, there's no way. Like, obviously it's a scam, they're just selling their picks, which is what everyone thinks, and that's fair to think, and that is fair to understand. And you know what? It's actually true. But this is when it led me to discovering one thing that will change my life forever, and that is called match betting. Now, when I discovered this passive income skill known as match betting, it literally changed my life. Not only because it was risk-free, but also because I was making so much money from it. I'm talking $1,000 days. I'm talking analyzing all the books in Australia, getting deeper into it, researching how to actually do it, becoming better at my job. And then I realized, holy shit, this is an untapped market. Literally nobody is doing this in Australia. I can find maybe a few videos on it, but it wasn't a popular thing. Everyone was on the other ways of reselling shoes, clothing brand, drop shipping, all that other stuff. But nobody was talking about match betting, where it's the best thing to do in Australia because Australia has the most bookie promotions. Australia is the biggest gambling country in the whole world. And nobody was talking about the strategy that literally results in match betting. So I was like, I found a gold mine, and I literally did. So once I saw that it worked, I already had built up kind of a social media audience from money spreading. You may see in the clips, I'll play them right now, but yeah, I was money spreading and I literally was just doing money spreads every single day. It was kind of cringy, but it worked and I built up an audience from that. Now from that, I actually met my business partner, Orde. He reached out to me saying, look man, like you do match betting. I've also been in the match betting industry for a while. And he was like, let's get together, let's make this group and let's show people how to actually do match betting. Because once again, it was an untapped market. I was like, cool, I'm down to do this, I'm down to teach you how to do it. And that's what we did. And that is how we created Yao Picks. Now, since I started Yao Picks teaching everyone this profitable income skill through match betting, having hundreds and thousands of people that join the group, it has now become the biggest group in Australia for sports betting, but I like to call it match betting because that's what we do. Now, everyone thinks we gamble, everyone thinks this and that and that, but it's just not true. Match betting is a strategy where we do risk-free bets. We don't place bets and we risk. No matter what happens, we are going to win, and that is just the way match betting works. Yao Picks has now grown to over 7,600 plus members in Australia, making us the biggest sports betting group in all of Australia, which is insane that a 20-year-old kid like me could achieve something as big as this, but it just happened because this shit fucking worked. And that is my #1 resolution to all of this. As long as it works, why the hell would you stop? Now everyone's asking, what is match betting? And match betting is a profitable sports betting strategy where you will basically make money risk-free. Now that may sound too good to be true, but this is exactly why it is so good. Now, basically how it works is that every bookie that you guys will sign up to, Bet365, Sportsbet, Tab, PointsBet, there's over 25 of them. I think there's actually 100 of them in total, but 25 that I'm very familiar with. They all will give you an incentive to join. So that means if you join, they may give you a deposit match, meaning if you deposit $100, they'll match it with their own cash that you can use and give you an extra $100 to bet with. Or you get bonus bets where if you lose the same game multi by one leg or more, let's say you put a $50 bet down, they'll give you a bonus bet of $50 if you lose a punt by like 2 legs or more, 1 leg or more. This happens every single week in the sports betting industry. And most people don't understand that you can actually use this sports betting cash that all of these apps give you and turn it into real money. Now, I'm not going to get into that, but this is why it's so good, because if you lose a bet, you can just use that extra bonus cash that these sports betting platforms give you and turn it back into real cash, meaning it's a risk-free bet. Now, I'm assuming all you guys clicked on this video because of this. You want to know how you can start doing this for yourself, how you can start making passive income through match betting just like me. Now, the first thing is, obviously, you need to be over 18 years old. Now, the second thing you guys need to understand is it is not too late to start. The trend has not fallen off. In fact, it hasn't even jumped on. There is not even that many people that know about match betting. It doesn't pop up on your For You page like a normal drop shipping or Amazon FBA or all this other brand thingies that you guys see on your TikTok For You page. This is not a thing that is popular in an Australian audience. It's just not. A lot of people don't know what match betting is. They know what sports betting is, but they don't know what match betting is. You are early to the train. You can start this whenever you want, and you are not too late to jump on. Another thing, you do not need money to start this. Don't think you need to put thousands of dollars into this. I have literally grown people's accounts personally from $50 to thousands of dollars within months, just because of following simple strategies that keep them from compounding their money in their accounts. It doesn't need $1 million budget. You don't need to do what you do with dropshipping. You don't need to do what you do with a clothing brand when you order bulk stuff in. You literally only need as little as $50 to start, and you can make thousands. And the other thing is, it is not too hard to start. Match betting is one of the actual most simplest things, in my opinion, to begin to start to learn and to actually master as a beginner match bettor. You can go from a beginner match bettor to a full-time match bettor probably within the span of a month, and I'm not even joking when I say that. Honestly, with me, when I first started match betting, the hardest thing was just finding the markets on the sports betting apps that I was downloading, Bet365 and all that, searching up the bookies. That's probably the hardest thing. Besides that, after understanding the whole process of it and understanding how to become profitable and how to place profitable bets every single day, it was a breeze, and I learned to become a professional match bettor probably within the span of a couple months. Now, before you guys start match betting, you need to understand this. It is not gambling. Stop confusing sports betting and match betting, because it is not the same thing. Sports betting is gambling, match betting is risk-free. There's a big difference, and you are not donating your money to the bookies when you're doing match betting. When you're doing sports betting, you're just picking and choosing. You don't know if you're gonna win. When you're doing match betting, you will always win in the long run. Also understand that it's literally a way to make passive income in Australia. That is one of the biggest reasons why you would even start this in the first place. You don't want something that's just gonna make you money for 1 day, 2 days, 2 weeks, 1 month, and then it doesn't make you money anymore. You want something that's gonna bring you consistent profit every single day of your life, where you can actually rely on this. And that is why I love match betting, because that's exactly what it did for me. Now finally, if you want to start learning match betting, I would honestly suggest searching up some videos on it. Again, you can watch my other YouTube video on it. I actually have a video in the link in the bio, which you guys can make your first $1,000 risk-free from match betting. And I teach you the whole process of doing it. I teach you how to do it from A to Z. And just so you guys know it's not a scam, the link is completely free. It's right below. It's literally just another YouTube video that you click on and you can watch it for free and learn how to make $1,000. Yes, there is no catch. If you don't believe me, go watch it. Now, my final recommendation would be honestly to join a community or a group of people that do match betting. Now, I don't know many, but I will say we, myself, our picks are the biggest community. And yes, I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, oh, you guys are selling your product, you guys are trying to promote your course. Well, luckily for you, we've made it free for anyone to join for their first week if you're genuinely interested in learning this skill and you want to take it seriously. Again, if you don't want to join the group because you think we're a scam, that's completely fine. Just go watch my other video where you can make $1,000 on YouTube. You don't need to join anything for that. So now I've given you guys 2 completely free ways that you can start your match betting career. And this is one, again, through that link in the bio of the video where you can make $1,000. The guide that I made completely free. It's another YouTube video. You go watch it, make $1,000 through match betting, start your journey through there. Or you can go join the sports betting group that I've made, Yao Picks, and you can go and literally become into a community of 7,400 plus active members who are every single day match betting, learning just like you, as well as have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of members' results and hours worth of content in that group if you guys want to join the group. Personally, me, obviously I'm going to tell you, join the group over watching that video. But again, it is your choice. I'm not here to force you to do anything. And again, I understand the whole course selling scam bullshit thing that people say. So again, it is completely up to you. But the one thing that I will leave you with is 99% of you guys will never take action. This is what I'm looking for. If you're watching this video, you clearly want to break out. You don't want to live in your current situation. You might be working a job. You might be struggling with the kids. You might need more money in your life just to make your life better. And you might think you're stuck, but I promise you you're not. Match betting can genuinely help you get out of the situation, but you need to take it seriously. And that starts with not being in the 99% of people. If you want to be in the 1% of people, you have to think and act like the 1% do. And the 1% has never been lazy. They will always take opportunity. Now, I've got 2 opportunities in front of your hands right now. Please just pick one and go with it. Besides that, boys, it's up to you to change your life, not me. So I guess I'll either see you boys in the group or I'll see you guys watching that video. But I hope you do actually something and you take action and you actually do the things that I'm giving you right now to change your life. Anyways, I'll see you boys in the next one. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you want more content like this, subscribe and enjoy your day. Peace out.